A 3-day jury trial has been scheduled for a 29-year-old Alliance woman charged with attempted first-degree murder following a July altercation. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Plat Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Plat Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a trial date has been set for the Alliance woman charged with attempted first-degree murder. Court records say that back in July, Rebecca Ashing was at a residence on Potash Avenue with another male. She asked the man to give her a hug, but as he went in, she stabbed him in the neck with a knife. The man ran outside and Ashing followed and stabbed him again, this time in the chest. The victim was transported to Box Butte General Hospital with 2 stab wounds, but was in stable condition. April 15th through the 17th are the trial dates. However, a pretrial conference is set for March 13th. Staying up in Box Butte County now, as the woman at the center of a November standoff in Alliance was back in court this week. 34-year-old Yadira Garza was arraigned on felony charges of use of a firearm to commit a felony and terroristic threats on Wednesday in Box Butte County District Court. Records show that officers were conducting a welfare check on a juvenile at Grand Lake Village South Mobile Homes, where they were confronted at the door by Garza, who was holding a semi-automatic handgun and issuing threats, which started the standoff that ended after more than 6 hours. During Wednesday's appearance, District Court Judge Travis O'Gorman lowered Garza's bond from $500,000 to $250,000 and set a status conference hearing for March 13th. And with this bitter cold snap we've entered, Region 22 Emergency Manager Tim Newman offers up some tips to help you get through these frigid temperatures.
Well, one of the first things that they should do is make sure that they're checking on their neighbors, especially elderly and disabled neighbors. But as far as your home, making sure that you don't have water hoses attached, outside that still may have some water in them. If you do, detach those, drain them, and also drain the spigot. Make sure you don't freeze up your pipes that way. Wrap exposed pipes and keep a little stream of water running. We've been through this before out here. This is it's pretty common knowledge, but it's just a nice reminder to take care of, your pipes are probably the most susceptible to the cold. So
we'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Plat Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have life care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect, a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. Attorney General Mike Hilgers was joined by Lieutenant Governor Joe Kelly and Colonel John Bolduc Thursday morning to announce January as Human Trafficking Awareness Month in Nebraska. The AG said there were more than 100 prosecutions last year against accused traffickers, which couldn't be done without Nebraskans, law enforcement, prosecutors, and state lawmakers all joining forces. Hilger says his team will be in Scottsbluff and other cities later this month for trainings to help spot signs of human trafficking.
You can find more information on that at ago.nebraska.gov. We want anyone in those communities, whether they're in a position of leadership or they're just a member of the community, to be able to learn how they can spot the signs and how they can help us in this fight against trafficking. So one big thing that we're going to be doing is this statewide tour of training.
Kelly read and signed an official proclamation designating January as Human Trafficking Awareness Month in Nebraska. And an investigation is underway following the failure of a wind turbine not far from Sydney. Logan County Emergency Manager Jerry Casebolt said yesterday several departments were called to the scene, finding the tower twisted and folded over in half, with the generator burning on the ground and billowing black smoke. Casebolt tells KNB News the cause has yet to be determined, and after a similar tower failure in the past near Fleming, it took several months for the project owner and operator to disclose basic details of what had happened.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Ag Desk. Scottsbluff Body and Paint, you're driving home our reputation.
At this year's Nebraska Ag Expo, there was more new tech than most would know what to do with. Drones in particular were out in full force and on display as producers continued to consider this technology that's certainly starting to take flight. Market Journal's Bill Dodd caught up with a couple of the companies that are helping producers learn the ropes of DIY aerial spraying and scouting.
From checking cattle to irrigation pivots, scouting weeds, and early stand assessments. Over the last several years, the number of applications for drone technology have increased significantly in the agricultural community. The latest application to hit the market is spraying crops. While operating a drone isn't the most difficult task in the world, there are several steps producers must take beyond just buying the equipment. At this year's Nebraska Ag Expo, there were a number of vendors who were ready and able to help producers get educated, licensed, and ready to fly.
Well, first of all, you need to know what you're going to be doing with it. So are you going to be flying it at your own place? Are you going to be using it as a custom application business? Or are you going to be doing a little bit of both? So as people would come to us and they'd tell us what they're doing, we would map out which drone best suits them, what drones and what tools may or may not help them. They'd come get a quote, they would buy the drone. We'd then have resources for them to do customer training with us, and we help them get all their licensing and everything they need to do to go fly. Our main goal at AgriSpray is to help them not only buy a drone, but to help them with the drone through every step of the process.
When you compare the cost of running diesel-powered equipment over an entire field, in contrast to utilizing drones to scout spots where spraying is most needed and treating them with near pinpoint accuracy, the savings can really add up. However, there are also several other benefits to the producer beyond cost of operation when compared to traditional ground and aerial applications.
Traditional spraying and aerial spraying are kind of two different things. If you can legally spray that chemical aerially, then we recommend using the drone for that. With a drone, you can get down in the canopy further and it'll spread out the crop more with prop wash, and it'll actually penetrate down into that near the ground further than what you'd see otherwise. And this gives the farmer the ability to do it on their own and not rely on a plane or helicopter or other methods to come do it for them.
While empowering farmers to take aerial spraying into their own hands, drones have also created a new market for custom applicators. The most important thing to remember if you're considering making a purchase of this magnitude is ensuring that it can generate a return on your investment. While owning and operating your own equipment is ideal, it may be more cost-effective in the short term to hire a custom applicator.
We tell guys we don't suggest buying one unless you can make it pay for itself, and that means in totality for all costs, right? A lot of people want to change those cost structures, but we see a 2 to 3 year payback. Anything more than that, and that's where we come in with a custom application and say, hey, for now, until these things either advance more, you might be a better fit for custom application. The big savings in this, though, is in the timing. The application window for fungicide is so tight that even us, anyone from a custom perspective, getting the planes and the choppers or even the drone crews there when you want them to get that timing window exactly when you need to spray that corn is so difficult that this puts that power right back into the farmer's hands. You know, so we don't really convince people that they need it. We can just show them the math and show them what we do with it. And if, you know, that's where the custom app business comes in. You know, if someone wants to, maybe they want to try 100 acres out of 1,000 that they farm and see what kind of results they get.
For the time being, it seems that agricultural drone spraying is no passing fad. Like any new technology, as drones continue to develop and evolve, these products will inevitably become more cost-effective, and the possibilities for precision agriculture will continue to be cultivated. Reporting from the 2023 Nebraska Ag Expo, I'm Bill Dodd.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
Let's take a peek at your weekend community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Plat Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Plat Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Plat Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally, tonight, 2 new shows are now open at West Nebraska Arts Center, including Alwyn by Tracy Wilkes in the main gallery through January 28th. She explained to KNB News the meaning of Alwyn as being the creative energy that enables an act of creativity.
It's loosely translated from Welsh. It means inspiration. So I'm hoping that people will draw inspiration from looking at my art. And it's mostly abstracts that are created with oil and cold wax. And so the styles are very varied. And the colors, there's lots of different colors and lots of different sizes.
Downstairs in the Bronson Gallery through February 25th, a Black History celebration collected by program manager Steph Coley and volunteers and staff of the WNAC is also on display. An educational exhibit about Black Midwestern settlers and towns will also be on display, and Coley says they also want to share some Black culture traditions that are alive today in the USA. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay warm, stay safe out there. We'll see you back here on Monday.